Hey guys, I'm Danielle and this is Bookchara. I'm glad you're here. Today we are going to play my September TBR game, but before we get started, I need to talk to you about the books that I was supposed to read last month and see how I did. So for the prompt, a book less than 300 pages, I read The Marriage Bargain by Heidi Kimball, and I gave this 5 stars. For a book with a number in the title, I read Knit 1, Kill 2 by Maggie Sefton, and I gave this one 2 stars. In August TBR game, I gathered The Wrench, and with that one I had to read a fantasy book from my unread TBR. I chose this one at random. It was Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson, and I did not get to this one this month. For the clue card, I drew Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. I rated this one 3 stars. For the prompt, my most recent purchase, I chose The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. I did not get to this one this month, unfortunately. For a book with my favorite color on the cover, I chose Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I gave this one 5 stars. And finally, a book that I completed that was not on my TBR game TBR. I finished The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. I gave this one 5 stars. It was my favorite book of the month. Now we're going to look in the case file to see which 3 books I needed to read this month in order to avoid having to add additional rolls for September. Okay, so here is our case file. Here are slips of paper with our book titles on them. This month I needed to have read, drum roll please, oh my gosh, Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. The suspense. Cinder. And oh no. and The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni. So I will have an extra roll this month. That'll mean 6 books instead of 5. Let's play my TBR game. First things first, we are going to roll to see which player I am playing as. 5 is Miss Peacock. So she is right over here. Roll number 1, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Five. A booktube favorite. Okay, we're going for my second book. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this one is a big book, a book over 500 pages. So the revolver is in the conservatory. If I wanted to exit and re-enter that room to pick up the revolver, I would have a chance at reading a classic book from my unread TBR, but I don't really think there was a classic book on my TBR hopeful, so I am going to just leave that there, roll the dice, and probably take the secret passage just because I like to mix it up. 7. Book of the month pick. Alrighty, book 4, hopefully. 6. Here, The Wrench is an unread fantasy book. I really would rather take my chance with the chance cards this month, so I am going to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Book in a series, but not the first book in the series. Okay. Oh, got away. Oh, doubles. Okay. So I'm going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and roll again. 7. 1, 2, 3. So if I had rolled doubles again, I would have had to go back to my starting place and roll from there. This is a book with a person on the cover. Okay, so the candlestick is here in the conservatory. That represents a romance read. Again, not really something I'm looking to take a chance with this month, because I am playing Bookoplathon and or I am participating in the Bookoplathon Readathon and Magical Readathon. So I kind of already have an idea of what books I'm hoping to get on this stack. Oh, I wondered if I was going to roll a clue card this game. So I got the dreaded or not dreaded magnifying glass, and I'm taking a book off the stack. Oh my gosh, I lucked out. So I get to read Scarlet, which I was planning on reading with my Lunar Along group. So that is awesome. Just a reminder, in the clue pile, there are 5 books that I chose at random for my TBR, and then there are 4 books that are TBR hopefuls. I shuffle all of these up before the game, place them at random. This is all randomized as far as which player I play as, so even though I have some control over what the prompts are and things like that, it really is just kind of luck of the roll. So my stack is a little ambitious, guys. In addition to the 6 books that I am hoping to read for my September TBR, I had one other buddy read book that I was planning on, and 2 other NetGalley books, NetGalley arcs that I was hoping to read this month. So that's a total of 9 books. That's not including the books that I had on my Bookoplathon TBR and Magical Readathon TBR that I couldn't, make work for more than one. Anyway, let's talk about the books that I am planning to read this month. So for BookTube Fave, I am going to read I Can Make This Promise by Christine Day. This is a book that came highly recommended by Amy at A-Star Reads, and I am very much looking forward to reading it. For a big book, a book that is more than 500 pages, I will be reading Hollow Pox by Jessica Townsend. This is the 3rd book in the Nevermore series. I was able to make this book work for Magical Readathon, Bookoplathon, and now my own TBR game. So I am very, very happy about that because I have no excuse not to get to this one this month. For my Book of the Month book, I will be reading Dear Edward by Ann Napolitano. This was also my Bookoplathon pick for the scroll feed pick. This one, I was gonna say this one will knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, and there are birds on the cover. So awesome. For a book that is not the first book in the series, I am going to be reading The Ghost of Tupelo Landing by Sheila Turnage. This is the 2nd book in the Dale and Mo mystery series, and I was able to make this one work for Magical Readathon and Bookoplathon as well. For a book with a person on the cover, I am going to be reading A Little Princess by Frances Burnett. This one is also on my Bookoplathon and Magical Readathon TBRs. And the last book that I was able to make work for all 3 is Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. This one I drew as a chance card for my TBR game. I am planning to read Scarlet this month as part of Lunar Along. This is the 2nd book in the Lunar Chronicles series, and we are having a lot of fun making our way through this series. The next book that I am planning to read that is not on my TBR game TBR is The Sanatorium by Sarah Pierce. This book I am reading with Helen at Helen's Bookhaven and the rest of the Eurovision Readathon peeps. Lastly, I will be reading 2 NetGalley arcs. The first is Murder at the House on the Hill by Victoria Walters, and the second is Once More Upon a Time by Roshni Chakshi. So that is my TBR. Honestly, guys, they're not all on here. There were a couple books that only worked for one or the other, either Bookoplathon or Magical Readathon. I honestly will be doing good to read my NetGalley arcs, and if I do that, I'm giving myself a gold star because That's a lot more than I normally read, so we'll see. The TBR game could be interesting in October. In all my excitement, I almost forgot to draw the 3 books that will go in the case file for next month. So let's do that right now. Okay, so I've got 6 books here in this box. There's 1, 2, 3. Those will go right here in the case file for safekeeping, and we will see what we get in October. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what books you're looking forward to reading this month, and I will see you soon with a new video.